Hey, Eric Peacock here. It's our Thursday nutrition fat loss tip. And this week's tip, I'm going to talk about ditching the six-pack to get the six-pack. Next to sugar and processed carbohydrates, public enemy number 2 of fat loss is alcohol. And you know, I always talk to people a lot about they want to get lean, they want to look good, but there's a trade-off. And if you like your social drinking and your cocktails, but you want to be lean and mean, it's not going to work well. I'm going to give you 4 reasons why. Because alcohol just does not do well in the system in terms of helping your body stay in a good fat loss environment. So number 1, empty calories. Alcohol is 7 calories per gram, almost twice as much as carbohydrates and protein. And those calories really aren't assigned to roll. They're empty calories your body will use before it'll use those carbohydrate and fat calories that you normally should use. So they kind of bud in line in front of fat calories. So if you're consuming a lot of alcohol calories, your body's using those before it's using the calories that you get from food. And so if you want to lose fat, you got to get into a deficit. You got to access that stored body fat. Well, if you're putting alcohol in your system regularly, it's going to make it harder to do that. Number 2 is when you put alcohol into the liver aromatizes it, and it creates higher levels of estrogen. And especially for us guys like to have a couple beers. Estrogen, when you get higher amounts of estrogen, you're going to have more body fat. We need estrogen in our body, but in certain amounts. But when estrogen gets higher, you tend to lay down more body fat. And guys, this is no more evident when we have high estrogen levels than we have the man boobs. All right, so alcohol regularly consumed, you're going to raise your estrogen levels and basically become, to quote Hans and Franz, a girly man. So just making sure we always maintain hormonal balance is another important piece of fat loss. 3, decreased inhibitions. How many of us make good decisions when we drink? And how much discipline do we have when we're drinking? Not much, but we know nutrition is discipline. So when we drink, it loosens us up, and sometimes that's a good thing, but a lot of times it's a bad thing because we're just more prone to grab snacky foods. You don't see a lot of good healthy foods in bars. So we just mentally become more inhibited and less disciplined, and it just changes our mindset, you know, when we go on the alcohol. So number 4, fat loss is not always, looking lean is not always fat loss. That's a better way to put it. Is a lot of times when we hold excess water weight, that will look and feel like body fat. One thing I learned from doing bodybuilding physique shows is one of the ways to look lean is get rid of all the bloating on your body. Because when you have water under your skin, you don't look lean and mean. So when you drink alcohol, it's going to make you hold more water. It's going to bloat you up. It's more inflammatory. And so you're going to look and feel more bloated. And you're not going to look as lean and defined. So these are 4 reasons why, if you want to look your best for the summer, you need to make some choices. You decide what's more important. If you want to look lean and feel good, that's great. If your social drinking is more important, that's fine too, but just don't complain about not being lean because you can't get something for nothing. So ditch the six-pack to get the six-pack. That's my lesson for today on the nutrition fat loss tip on Thursday. We'll see you next week.